Happy Women's History Month, if you didn't know. Okay. Welcome to another First Sunday. This is where we really dive into the TV shows that raised us and we talk about what we learned from them. This month I thought it would be great to do Insecure, a show that hopefully everyone knows and loves, right? It was a stapler in the black community when it came on, 5 seasons, and it is here to stay. So I thought, why not talk about that? But my name is Alicia. If you are new to this channel, I'm the host of Black Girl Den Podcast, where we help women feel seen through media. But I also grew up churchy, so I wanted to bridge community and conversations. So that's why this is called First Sundays, okay? I have some guests with me, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. All right. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
I'll go first. Hi, y'all. I'm Kiwan. I am a content creator that reviews scripted and reality TV. I also have my Healing Out Loud segment as well as my Life Unscripted segment.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
I am Shawnee Showbiz. I come from Chicago's South Side and I do a little bit of everything, but primarily I do event hosting and emceeing, and I do podcasting, and I'm literally all over the place. That's about it.
Nice.
Hi, y'all. My name is Kat J. I go by Kat. I'm also a content creator. I focus primarily on fashion. That's my thing. So I do have a shopping addiction, but I love to show people, what I buy, how I style it, why it makes me, feel the way that I do. And yeah, I love it.
So yeah, shout out to all the black women content creators. We're making history, period. So if you didn't know, this month, 2 years ago, is when I started this podcast called Black Girls in Podcast in March. So we could always be a part of history, okay? Period. So with the 2 year anniversary, I'm doing a lot of new things. And so this month is fifth Sunday. We have 5 Sundays. So I'm going to do like a virtual gathering called TV and Tea, which is something from my podcast segment. It's where we're going to talk about TV shows, but you get to share your tea. But this one is going to be off air, so you won't have to share all your tea online, right? So this is just a space where you can chat with people, like-minded women who like TV, and like just have conversations. Stay tuned for that, okay? Make sure you follow us on Instagram so you can figure out, when it'll be and what time, but it won't be recorded, so you can kind of let your hair down, right? Speaking of hair, though, I'm also hosting Black Girls Den Salon. That's where we talk like we're at the salon on Saturday mornings. This month, we are paying homage to some of our ancestors that paved the way for us to be able to do things. And some of these people you can't really see, but my shirt has like some of the first actresses, okay, right, in the business and stuff like that. So we really want to pay homage to them and share about their lives and their stories and stuff like that. So we'll be doing that in the salon. So it'll be March 14th and 28th at 10 a.m. probably, or 11. So just mark your calendars, right? So y'all can come. And then last but not least, we do main character Mondays every month, where we have like a therapist come on and talk about the characters from the therapy lane. So it's kind of like Black Girl Therapy meets Black Girls Den, kind of. So we just kind of dive in a little deeper from there. So those are all the announcements. I hope you all enjoy this conversation. Thank y'all for showing up. Be sure to support the channel, yes, and okay, and let us know where you're coming from. We're going to hop right in on the topic. If you see this question, make sure you answer it as well. The question is, what's one thing you learned about womanhood from watching the show? Anybody can answer first. Who would like to?
Okay, so not really womanhood, maybe because again I'm a little older, but I did learn about friendship. If I'm a like go into the womanhood aspect, it'll probably be like living single or girlfriends. But I did learn about friendships, the dynamics of friendships, and like being able to be upfront and honest with your friend, like, and not enabling behavior. So that's the things that I learned from, as far as like women and friendship and all of that.
Okay, that's good. I love that. You already answered the next question, but it's okay.
Oh,
You come
sorry.
back. It's okay. It's okay. Kat or Shawnee?
Oh, okay. I mean, I would say the same thing, friendship and the different dynamics, and that it's like friendship is like pretty much survival. Like you can't do everything on your own, and you see that as the relationship progresses within the seasons. As they're close, they're always calling on each other, both Molly and Issa, and to the point where like they fall out and they realize like, dang, like whenever they're going through, they need someone they can call to, right? Like they realize how much they need each other. And so I think that's what I learned more than anything. It's like it gets lonely, but if you have your friends, your folks, then you'll be fine.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Shawnee?
I don't think it's necessarily womanhood, but more so adulthood.
Okay.
And as these ladies have stated before, like just seeing how life plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what Insecure has done for me. It was easy for me to place myself in Issa's shoes. I've been an awkward girl. I've been in a situation where like I'm head over heels into somebody that I'm into, and it has backfired, or it has worked out for me. I've been in different stages with different friends in my life. I've seen my friends do some dumb stuff. I've seen them do some smart stuff, and vice versa. Um, and I really feel that Insecure is really just, it's all about finding yourself at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day. And um the age bracket that Issa is in during this time, I'm feeling like it's kind of purgatory in adulthood. It's like you're not there at all. Like you're trying to get there,
Mm-hmm.
but finding, well, I want to say finding the right route is probably the hardest part of it all. But on the other side of the coin, I want to say there's probably not really a right way to get there, because it's really, it really boils down to what works out for you, and how you find your path through this, and how you navigate through this time in your life. And also, you are forever learning. That's probably one thing that I learned as well with this. It's like you think that something is going to work, it's going to happen one way, and it pivots, and it happens a totally different way, and then either you weren't ready for it, or you call yourself trying to plan ahead for it. And adulthood is like, look, I'm here to stay, and there's not a real book that you can read to learn about it. Like, I'm still going through adulthood feeling like a grown teenager sometimes. So yeah, Insecure did a really good job at being very relatable,
Mm-hmm.
and did a good job with showing the different dynamics between friends. Because in all honesty, you have a group of four friends who are also like really just a conglomerate of two friend relationships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and who hasn't had a friendship like that? Who hasn't had a friendship where there's either one friend who is the central friend, where like everybody's friends with that person, or like I know y'all for three different reasons, but we all mesh well. Or it's the type of relationship where it's like um we've all known each other for the same amount of time, but
Mm-hmm.
we're all still different,
Mm-hmm.
and we all still want different things for ourselves, and we are still trying to figure out who we are amongst each other. So yeah, it's a lot of things that could be unpacked there, but I think that's mainly what I learned from watching Insecure.
Yeah, I have a couple of things that I would speak on from the womanhood perspective. I feel like it's very relatable with women because, like, our careers, we're navigating friendships and dealing with social issues. So I think that's all that, and that layer does add a part of womanhood. Maybe like feeling like you're behind in life, not knowing what you want to do. Like Issa had a plan, and the plan didn't really work out too well. And then like Molly, she struggled with like being the only black woman and dating in the room and stuff. Like the only black woman in the room, but also struggle with dating. So I feel like those are really something that's prevalent in womanhood. And then I think on the next layer, Issa kind of, well, I was in college honestly when it came out, like a little bit of college. So I never lived with a man. So looking how it is to live with a man, also knowing that you can leave, also knowing to still have your friends in relationship, because all these, like, sometimes a lot of women, they forget about their friends when they're in relationships. So it's like, make sure you have your friends still in your relationship. Make sure you don't forget who you are, right? Being able to leave, being able to still be creative and like still have something going outside of the relationship. I think that kind of showed it, how like people are always like, you can't have it all, but it's like, well, you can't have a man, you can't have a career. It might get a little messy, you know what I'm saying? But you could still kind of have it all in your own way. So I think I learned that about womanhood, about like, you need to tell this man to get about your house, or you need to tell this man to you're not about to be a bum with me. And then I think that also learning about womanhood too is that sometimes you see that it's so easy to give up as women and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, keep trying or figuring out, how you were saying, kind of like figure out your life, figure out, what you want to do. But I think that in womanhood also, you need to know, like, you have people in your corner, you have community. And then also, if things don't really work out, you just have to kind of navigate. And I feel like that's kind of what we do in our lives personally and professionally all the time. So I feel like those are some things that I would say that I learned from the show. So yeah, a little bit about womanhood. Y'all kind of answered the next question already. So I don't know if y'all have anything to add to it. But I was gonna say, what are some things Insecure taught you all about friendships? Maybe how you were speaking of, like, there's a group of 2 friends or a group of 4 friends, or how to communicate. Anybody can answer it if y'all feel like y'all have anything to add to that.
Oh, Kiwan, you muted.
Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Um, Being able to communicate with your friend group. Um, I know that there was a divide in their friend group. Like you had Molly and Issa, and then you had what's her name?
Tiffany,
Tiffany
Kelly,
and
Kelly,
who?
Kelly.
Kelly. Right. You had, like, they were one group, but they were two separate groups. And I liked Kelly because she said the things that nobody would say. And Issa was very passive aggressive. And it showed up in her friend group. It
Mm-hmm.
showed up in her job, especially when she was working for, what is it, We All At or
We
whatever.
got,
We
we
got
got y'all.
us. Yeah. That, and it showed up especially with Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Like in her relationships. She definitely didn't know how to open her mouth. And I do feel like Molly was partially her mouthpiece, but I also felt like they were the blind leading the blind. Like, I mean, but that, you navigate and you grow, and then we get like to the end of the season and you can see the growth, like real growth throughout the entire season. But season 5 was like, oh wow, that's full circle.
Yeah, I just didn't like how they did the end of season 5, like how they rushed us through everything
Yeah, they
in
did.
that last episode, because I needed to see Issa and Lawrence get back together. Like, I needed to see it happen in real time because I needed to know why. Um, because, girl, are you crazy? Like,
Because he had the baby.
yeah, like, girl, you already had thoughts of yeeting this baby across the lobby. Like,
Boop.
why are you? What went off in your mind to say, That's
Yes.
mine, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Like,
Mhm.
didn't nothing really happen for real outside of him getting a job.
Right.
Yeah, and
True.
I was like, we could have had season 6. And
Absolutely.
also, I don't really like that. Like, I mean, things happen, but like, we have to quit making Black love be having ad and baby show. We seen that on the
Mhm.
game. Melanie and Derwin. Derwin had a baby on her. She stayed. We see that in real
Mhm.
life. Jesse Jackson. I mean, God rest his soul in peace. But
Child.
but we don't need to keep seeing women being stepmamas because they man making crazy decisions. I don't even want to say
Yeah.
crazy decisions because they were single, but like we don't need to keep seeing that stuff. So it should have definitely been a season 6 because I was so confused. 2 years later, 2 weeks. I said, "Oh my gosh, this is moving
It
fast,"
was fast.
and I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
I
Yeah.
even feel like Molly settled
Hmm.
with the dude.
Taurus or Torin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
It,
did.
she absolutely was trying to make fetch happen with that. And when I say trying to make fetch happen, I mean like it's like you want love so bad
Hmm.
Hmm.
How many
that
women want love so bad that they'll settle?
yeah, and
Right.
you taking it in whatever form it looked like it's coming in because we can see the little gleam in your eye that you still have for Dro.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And like it's unfortunate that the
Mhm.
situation worked out the way that it did with Dro. Like I ain't forgave Dro either. Um and I still
Like
ain't
our
forgave her.
real life.
You knew you were sleeping with a married man. You knew that.
Yes.
And you would act brand new every time. And I don't understand how you can know that a man got a wife and then you be okay with it. Like there is not enough wee in the world to make me forget the fact that it belonged to somebody else.
But
Right.
I was like, do you think you would tell your friend in real life like that's wrong, or do you think you would just?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
you,
would.
you would?
Absolutely. Now my word choice might be a little different, but like
Mhm.
A little bit more softer,
yeah,
nicer.
like we're not doing that. We're not condoning that.
Mhm.
The Lord did not promise you another woman's man.
Did not. But she dogged out, what's his name? Asian babe.
Oh,
Mhm.
Andre? No,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Oh, okay, that was his name. Y'all good at the names, I was
Okay, but my
forgetting.
thing is though, and I mean we're kind of talking about it, but that man knew he was married. Why does it follow
Yes,
on?
yes.
Why does it follow on your friend? That man know exactly what he doing. We see they talk about all these men. They be talking about the the dating pool got pissed in it because the married man is in it. So I mean that's what they be saying online. I don't know. They be on the absence of it. It's just like it's like why do we have to blame women for that? And that's just a side note. But like that man know he married. That man know who he committed and made vows to. Why does she have to be the one held responsible for it?
No, I don't think she got to be held responsible. Like I think he go without saying. Um
We gotta say it because they don't be saying that part.
it,
We gotta add that.
it normally like the trope is always that the other woman is the one who falls the hardest for the guy
Yeah.
in the situation. We
Because he
see
be
it in
lying. So
Waiting to
so it needs to be the man because the man be lying.
but we see it in Waiting to Exhale, like
Mhm.
Leon and Robin Givens, not Robin Givens, Layla Rashawn.
Okay.
Um,
Good with the names.
she was all like, Russell, did you sleep with her? That's his wife. Of course
Mhm.
he slept with her. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
You almost had this man, baby.
Mhm.
You sitting there waiting on him to call you. As soon as he said, you want me to come over? Yes. Girl, drink some water. You's a bit thirsty.
Yeah.
And they never take control of the situation. It's always, oh, that's my man for the night. I SZA got so many references
Oh,
to
it's
what
like,
she
and I was
wants to
like,
be
that's not
to.
even a cute song. Why are y'all singing that? He's 9 to 5, but on the week that's on in during
Yeah,
the week. And I'm like, why are we singing that song? But I mean, also if you look at Power, like that Angela girl knew he was with, I mean, whatever the heck the name is, Ghost. What's the
Ghost.
Tasha? Yeah, it was Angela and Tasha, right?
Yeah.
She
mhm.
and she was still cheating on him. I mean, she was still cheating with him. But also, I'm like, how many times do we gotta see the same thing as in like a woman is coming for me? Let's see a married woman. Let's see a single man going for a married woman. Let's change the
Hello.
Let's change the narrative. Why we got to keep seeing women going for these married men?
Can I just say, as much as I want to kind of go back to Molly, like as much as definitely wanted to see Molly be in love towards like the last two season or whatever, but like I just thought it was so weird how like we knew nothing about Torian, then all of a sudden they wanted to put him in our face, and then they were now all like fall in love. They giving us all this like I was just really confused how he got written into that. I felt like it just did not need to be part of it. Like I thought that was just thrown at us really randomly. Huh?
He was giving brother to me.
I know.
Yes.
I
It was so odd.
confused.
So awkward. Like, oh my goodness. It's like, I guess like the way that people would look at William and Joan.
Yes.
It was very much giving that he could have been with another woman and y'all were just best friends.
And they weren't even
y'all just work friends. Or he could have just been her work husband and
Work husband.
Yeah, that's true.
They
But
did
he didn't like her at first, right? Like they couldn't stand each other. And I was like, how did we get here? And then I think we on a pause, and then we are here. And it's like it just still didn't. They just didn't mesh to me. Kind of like Issa and the one who had the mental health issues. They just never meshed.
Nathan.
And
They never meshed. Or
for
her and Lawrence. I just feel like they meshed. Now her and Daniel, they meshed, but just not.
I was feeling them.
You were feeling them?
Feeling Issa and Daniel. Yeah, it was kind of like a little.
Not
yeah,
a long time.
I wasn't really
know about that.
Really
I feel like all her partners were just a dub.
yeah, I'm like I wasn't really feeling Daniel for real.
It was just like you like I don't know to me because Lawrence was so boring. So it was just like a fun little thing. Well, I don't want to say he was boring like that. I mean they were having issues because like
that's what it was. I said he didn't have a job. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, really, she just needed him to be on his stuff. Like,
I don't want to say he was born like that, but she was so tired of like telling him to get his stuff together. He wanted to do all that stuff. So she was like, okay, it was like a little like a passion, like, oh my gosh, like I'm cheating on my man, like passion type of fun thing. That's the only reason why I liked it. I'm like, baby, Lawrence, baby, he not doing nothing. He trying to sell this thing. He need to go get a job. And he wasn't getting a job. That's all.
But you could tell that Daniel was a hoe too. Like you,
yeah, I wasn't really saying that she should be with him. That's not really what I was saying. I was just saying I liked them together because I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
no,
I was about to girl. That was a real.
Yeah.
I was waiting on somebody to come up to her like I hit it first. Like I was waiting on it because Daniel, his what's the word
the
mannerism, I guess, giving that he was just here for a good time, not a long time.
Like Ray J.
You know, he like the weekend. I only call you when it's 5:30. The only time that I will call you mine.
Period.
Yeah.
You know,
singing that song, I was like, I'm not singing that song. I need to be, what is it, 24/7.
No, because the weekend need a hug.
Okay. Like, no, thank you.
But like it's yeah, you could tell that Daniel had like an ulterior motive, or he was a friend with benefits.
Yes.
And I wish they would have just acknowledged that that's what they were. Because like in that one particular scene, I do admit that Issa did do a lot as far as how she handled it. But that also shows how locked in y'all ain't, because
in your eye.
Okay, that's what's in my eye.
So exaggerated.
I did feel Issa in the moment because but in my eye, I'm gonna have to punch you in yours. Like
that's crazy.
Eye for an eye.
So if you were as locked in as you portrayed yourself to be, this would have been more of a romantic situation. This was giving early 20s. I'm finna go see this boy real quick. Y'all are full on adults.
Right. And you in a relationship.
Yeah, these days of doing what you're doing have been long gone. It's time to grow up.
I'm so weak.
That's
So
crazy.
that did you have something to add, Kat? Were you about to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying that like I think a part of me that didn't like Daniel was that he was very insecure. Just like the shirt.
Oh, you think
Very
Daniel's
insecure.
insecure?
I mean, even and he felt very comfortable in his space that he wasn't even allowing himself to grow. And I realized, ooh, like as much as he's good looking, that's not a guy that I would want for myself. And even though I know that they were like friends with benefits, but that's definitely not something you want to keep around you. He was hella insecure and not willing to grow or even when I think Issa was like helping him out at some point. I can't even remember right now, but she was helping out with something and he lashed out at her. It just wasn't. I was like, ooh, that is an insecure man. Ooh, no.
Yeah, that was that's the thing too. With Daniel being very insecure, he was very complacent where he was, and I think the little situationship between him and Issa is what kept him afloat. That's what hyped his head up. That
Yeah.
made him feel like he was the man
Yeah.
because there wasn't any commitment between the both of them, at least on his end. But he knew that Issa had some type of something that kept her coming back to him and getting her in the space of, well, you acting like you my man, so I can act like I'm your girl, and that he so basically he manipulated that situation. At least that's what it looked like for me. That he manipulated the situation, and it all blew up after that moment.
Makes sense.
I will say the crazy part is everybody she was in a relationship with was very complacent. Even her. Like the way I would have cussed every person out at "We Got Y'all" and
Yeah.
walk off
Oh my God.
Yes, speak it.
because the microaggression. I
Gosh.
was just like, wait a minute, and because Lord, I stopped at episode 5. I was reviewing season 1, and I have to finish season 1. But the microaggressions were extremely loud, and the biggest one was the doggone owner, the white savior lady. Like that's what I was calling her. Like she was so pro black that I felt like that was a whole lot of BS. Like they only picked you because you're a token. They only picked you for the job because you were black. And then when you spew out ideas, it wasn't good enough for them to help navigate black and brown kids. But the thing with Issa was she never grew up in a school with black and brown kids. She was always around them, so she knew how to what they call it, fit in. She knew how to fit in. So I was just like, girl, the first day I would have quit. And Frida was like the way I was.
First of all, a black youth community center called We Got Y'all, ran by white people, would have been already a 13th reason.
We don't got y'all.
You don't.
We got y'all.
You don't. You don't even got y'all.
You don't. Even got y'all.
You ain't got nobody on your team besides this one color red to have y'all.
Literally.
And then you give this one color red person a task that she has never done before. So exactly what do you got?
Themselves.
And then like as Kiwan was saying, yeah, that lady was one of them type of white people that eat jerk and be all like, oh, it's spicy. Be white and just fully be white.
Yeah.
And understand that you ain't black and you can't be black. You'll never be. You will get so much further.
What Monaleo say? All the non what black people.
All the non to the back. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It's nothing
to the back. That is so funny. I'm cracking up. But that also shows corporate America. That's what I'm like. The show is very relatable.
Very relatable.
Corporate America. You see how it is. Like you're just like, what? is going on. Like, okay.
We had a Black History program. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying like it's like who allowed for this to happen?
Mhm.
Because
The
I want to
corporate.
see the corporate of that corporate of that corporate.
Oh,
It's
you
gonna
know
be
it's
all white
white.
male,
The whitest of the white.
all white
Mhm.
males.
The
Mhm.
clear of the clear.
My lord.
What were you gonna say,
White
Keon?
women. Let's not forget white women up there too.
Yes, yes, yes.
Chicago.
We had a Black History program at work. And I was like, I don't know if I should be offended because what are y'all serving? They
That's all I
serve
hear.
chicken and waffles on a stick and
How you get your
catfish.
fried chicken and waffles?
That's a complaint.
Hello,
Catfish. Hmm.
Now I love all that.
I work for a huge company. I can't say it online, but I
oh,
work for a huge company, and it's a good company. It really is, and they really try. They work with. We have like different types of people. It is a pool of people, so they celebrate everybody, and the,
Mm.
and we are over the program. I would say that we are over the program. Okay, but I was like, I mean, the fish was good. The chicken,
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
I was like, I don't know if I should be offended. Or when everybody complained about the kitchen staff, and I went back to work the next week to find a whole bunch of us in the kitchen, and I was like, wait, I don't know if I should be offended. I feel like I'm offended, and I'm gonna be offended for a little bit.
how many skin folk you got on your team?
Oh, Jesus. Honestly, we have a 15-story building. And so it's a lot of people. And you have every race pretty much in that building. It
Mm.
is so many different departments on each floor. You see so many people. So many people. So it's not like one. It's just pointed out. And I will say this, it is a good company. And if you work with me, do not report this. I'm just saying.
Don't.
Just
I wish you would report it. Give me my number. We could talk because you missed the mark.
I
And
was like, last year we had a line dance out. It was fun because we make it fun. But I was like, and then for each I mean ethnicity or whatever, they do exactly what they do for each ethnicity in their scope. And so I think that's how they learn to be inclusive and celebrate everybody. But for me, because I don't know much about a lot of backgrounds, I participate in everything. I go to everything at work. See, so if y'all see my video with us line dancing and hanging out and all of that, yeah, that be stuff we be having at work. They celebrate everybody. I will say that, but it
I
was just a
love
few
that.
choices.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe because I
they
like
do.
chicken and waffles and catfish. I'm just like, okay.
It was good, but I was like, oh, okay. Like, I just little minor things, and I was like, well, because we were over it, I was like, well, maybe we came up with the
Yeah, that's
menu.
what I was thinking.
And we had Black History Jeopardy, which was so
Oh,
fun.
that's cool.
okay.
Yes, it was fun,
Your
but
job did better than mine because the people at my job they didn't even say anything, and I put on my board, "Happy Black History
oh,
Month."
oh
So you
no,
don't know.
they're gonna celebrate. The
They
one
talk
thing they're
about
gonna do, they're gonna
Valentine's
celebrate.
Day, Groundhog Day. I don't hear nobody say nothing about Black History Month.
Maybe the way I would have been blessed in that office with some throwback music, y'all was gonna learn something today.
So I said,
Child. And they play all of that. Like when we have a DJ, we have this one particular DJ, and he's colorless. But when I tell you his DJing be so, I be
"Oh,
like,
this is
come on,
hilarious."
he be
Colorless
off
is
the chain.
hilarious. I'm cracking up. Well, all
Sorry,
jobs
y'all.
aren't created equally.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Well,
Sounds like
thankfully
what
my
I
job
say.
we. Oh my bad. What happened?
Oh no, you're fine. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was just saying. Thankfully, at my job, it's a lot of skin folk, and
Oh,
we're able to have a lot of things in our hands as well. And so, part of what I do, I make the announcements over the PA system.
Oh, period.
So I was able.
I know you saying Happy Black History Month.
Oh, absolutely. I was throwing in black facts and everything. We didn't honor so many people. Um, on the athletic board, I put up pictures of Joe Lewis and Flo Joe and Althea Gibson and people that they're going to ask, who was that? I'm glad you
Mhm.
asked.
I've
Because
been waiting for this.
yeah, because we're not about to play. If you don't learn nothing else in this building, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna learn the people who paved the way for you.
Right.
Period.
And you're gonna learn that it is important, or you're gonna learn how important it is for you to know the people that paved the way for you.
Mhm.
Because y'all falling short everywhere else. Everything is, oh, that's so old. Oh, I wasn't born until 2007. None of that applies to me. I couldn't believe that a senior told me that one time.
Yikes.
Mhm.
You know, I was, my mama had me in 2007. What they got to do? It has everything to do with you.
Oh my God.
Right. You still black. You
They
still
don't know,
part of
but
history.
but
They
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying. That's why the lack of media, like media is important, but the lack of media is also a hindrance. Like we don't have those shows. Like y'all, you was talking about a different world. I
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I never watched a different world, but it came out before I was born.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I mean, I'm watching it now. Okay, let's preface
Okay.
watching it now, but I didn't watch it when I was growing up. Like, if your parents don't really educate you, if we've had that's been since the '90s since we've seen like black shows. Our girlfriends like, and then in school they're taking out of that. There was it's like one section that was like African American history that was in my school, but if we don't have it in our schools, if we're not reading books, we're not educating ourselves. So if they're not making it seem that it's important and we're not taking time to do that,
Oh,
then they're not going to think it's important. So it's
Yeah.
like I really can't fault them because as we see our government and our schools, we're not even using the resources that we have. They have books from 1700
yep.
And
in
they
the
trying to
school.
trash all the books.
So it's like we can't even really blame them because they don't know, they don't really see the struggle now. They might see it when they get older when we
Mm.
talk about going to college or starting a job. But as of now, no child left behind. They
Them
don't
children
know.
is left behind.
You said
Yeah,
what?
every kid is definitely left behind.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Them children are left behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they're left behind, but I was just saying in general, like, well, they are left behind, but
Mhm.
basically, they up there with everything else. So like that, it's not shown as an importance in our school. That's why I think it's important for us as people to, direct our, like not direct, like have our own media, like show our things that we can know and we can be able to put it out there. Because other than that, nobody's going to care to even share it or to tell other people. So that's
That-
my tidbit. We could will it back in though, because as we're talking about paving the ways and talking, I was going to ask what character do you all feel like y'all relate to the most, or which one more?
Kelly.
Okay, would you like to expand?
So Kelly and I have personalities that are entirely too similar.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um, well, so I think I think Kelly is my number one, and then Issa is my number two,
Okay.
because at the time that Insecure came out and became a thing, I was in my era of being Issa.
Oh.
Um, at the time where Kelly told her, "You ain't got no money," that thing was loud and clear. I felt that entirely too spiritual. Um, but also with Kelly, Kelly is the type of person where um she kind of has everything together,
Mm-hmm.
and she questions herself about having everything together. The only thing that she does know that she has together is that she know how to do her job,
Mm-hmm.
and she know how to be there for Tiffany
Mhm.
mainly. Um, and there was a time in that I went through where it's like, are people only taking me for a joke?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Do people not know how to take me seriously, or know to take me seriously at all? What about me gives play with my time?
Mm-hmm.
What about me gives unseriousness in every aspect? Like, I'm very intelligent. I have a very deep vocabulary bag.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that the goodness gracious, I know the difference between time and place, and I know how to behave accordingly, and to be in the very space where you essentially discovered yourself. But then for you to see how everybody else sees you, and how to find out that everybody sees you the same way,
Yeah.
and the way that everybody sees you is in a way where people are not taking you seriously, or they don't see much coming out of you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't expect you to go far.
Mhm.
That that was very heart wrenching for me, and I kind of went through that myself. Until I had to just learn that I can't control what people think about me. I can't control people's personal narratives when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to who I am. I'm who I am, and they interpret it however they do.
Mhm.
That's true.
And at the end of the day, that's between them and the Lord. That's their business, and I can't be minding other people's business.
That's true.
Um,
Period.
like that was absolutely the the thing for me. I've also been a part of a friendship where we're a conglomerate of multiple friendships just coming together.
Mhm.
Um, and my equivalent of Tiffany, to this day, we still locked in like that. First of all, she has no choice. We've known each other since preschool. But um, whenever we're amongst that group of people, some happen, I know what to do.
Mhm.
Mhm.
With that one specifically, I got it.
Mhm.
Y'all don't. No, I got it. I got it from here. But yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to take over like that. Yeah, that's who I
No,
really.
you're fine. Anybody else? Who does anybody else relate to more on the show?
You want to go, Kat?
Sure. I'm trying to. I'm like none. I'm like none. No, I think I relate a little bit to Molly. She's a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of that tendencies, and I do end up self-sabotaging because I want things to look a particular way. I see it in my workplace. I see it in my relationship when things are not looking good. I am not aware. I mean, I feel like I'm more self-awareness now than Molly, but I'd be ready to leave. It's not serving me. It's not in how I romanticize it in my head, like how I think it's
Mm-hmm.
I internalize it and I'm like, yeah, if it's not working for me, I gotta leave. Her perfectionism, but then also, navigating white spaces. I relate to her that a lot. It's really hard, especially when you are, I don't, to me, sometimes I feel like I'm like the only Black person in these spaces and they put me there for a reason in order for to teach other people a lesson. Like I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, but navigating white spaces is really
Mhm.
that I relate to Molly as well. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
I can see that. Love that. What about you, Kiwan?
Um, as far as like, I pull a little bit from used to pull a little bit from Issa, being passive aggressive and shrinking myself.
Mm,
And I had a huge issue with that. I will always shrunk myself for people just for the sake of peace. But then, once I started to therapy and change and learn how to talk and to say things, I became more like a Kelly, but it was just less abrasive. Like,
Mm,
it was just, it's direct, but it's respectfully direct. Now, how you feel after that is up to you. That don't have nothing to do with me. But I did speak my piece. Um, and then even as far as feeling like I am walking in a big circle and getting anywhere, not getting anywhere like Issa, that is what I relate. One of the things I relate to, related to. So yeah, I
mm-hmm.
just was never like Molly, like wanting to get married or getting mad because somebody else was getting married. Like, that wasn't that person.
yeah, I can't do that.
I'm cracking up. Yeah, I kind of like I could see you like could take different things from different people. I don't know if
Mhm.
I relate to like a certain some like a specific one, but I can kind of see like in Kelly like just like speaking and saying things. I kind of can see how she's like the funny friend, like just on the side. But then with Issa, when it comes to like navigating the career, I'm like, what am I doing? I have no idea. in that space, not necessarily passive aggressive, but then also with Molly, like being in those like white spaces, like kind of where you work at, and seeing like you try to say something or you try to speak up and it's just like you get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Um are like trying to be like, okay, like she was trying to talk to this person, to talk to that person. And then the dating for Molly was just like not really great at all. Some of them was good, but different ones was better than others.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I can see myself in different ones. I'm trying to really Tiffany, like she was up there, but she kind of like she was married and she was like having a kid. It was kind of hard to like really capture her personality all the way to me. Um, because she was like a supporting character, I guess. But I'm trying to think of like I could really see myself in her, but I'm trying to remember like what did she do? Like how did she stand out on
Mm-hmm.
the show?
Mm.
Ooh,
Because I'm
what's her name?
her name is Tiffany. It's Amanda Seals in real
Tiffany.
life.
The Seals.
Mhm.
Um, I think Tiffany is really supposed to be like a glue of some sort.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't mean it wholly because like Kelly her real friend, and we see that Kelly is her real friend for real. But it's like if there's anybody who can get the four of them in one room, it's
Mm-hmm.
Is who?
it's Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Because she's friends with Issa. She was friends with Issa.
right. She was friends with all of like all, the four of them went to Stanford together.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I mean I didn't mean to say I meant to say closer to Issa. That's what I was really trying to say.
Who, Tiffany?
Was Tiffany closer to Issa? I know she was close to Kelly. I knew she was close to Kelly, but like I was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So secondarily, her closest
yeah.
friends would be Issa. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
And so like, and that's the thing. They all love her,
Yeah.
and she loves all of them, and so that's why when she had the baby, that's why you saw a lot of them. That's why you saw them coming together a lot of times
Mhm.
because had she not had that baby, the events that they would have been attending, give or take, no, not give or take, maybe minus one or two events because Issa was climbing her ladder
Mhm.
and she was starting to get more opportunities that were making her look better and that were making her hone in on her skills. And Tiffany is still a supportive friend in some sort. But like outside of that, it was Tiffany's baby shower. It was the guys coming over to watch Due North or whatever that was.
Yeah,
Um
that sounds like she used to
or
bring
them.
people.
They the girls were watching Due North
Uh-huh.
together. The guys were watching Due North together. Um, oh hey girl, I'm hungry. Let's go and get these tacos real quick.
Yeah.
It was always quick little meetups.
Yeah,
And
that's what I guess.
I
That's
was
what I guess I was confused. She would bring them together, but I was like, but I really didn't get too much of her. So I don't know. It was just it's like it's kind of like lacking to me. Like we see her, but then yeah, she has a baby. But then that also brings in the reality of like friendships change, things happen because they were all four, they was close at Stanford, but it's like, when you start your career, when you get married, when you have it's kind of like what they say when people grow apart. I don't really like that phrase, but people grow apart, different things happen. And so that kind of just got me thinking about within this whole thing, how like Molly's mama got sick and they was trying to figure out the insurance thing and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, as you get older, different things happen. Friendships kind of change in a way. But I was just like, I was trying to figure out how was she, I don't want to say she was insignificant, but kind of like overshadowed because but I know that it mostly was about Issa, so I can understand that perspective, and then Molly. But I was just like, Tiffany was like there. She was smart, everything, but I was like, I don't really know. I guess I gotta watch it back, maybe.
I think the postpartum gave her
I
a
know, I was just about to say that. I think that gave us a little bit more truth and life to her, and she
um,
literally has a purpose for those who obviously,
we're doing
had a baby and they had to deal with postpartum. I was even gonna say like that also was another example of how everyone stopped everything they were doing and they all came together. And I felt like that's like a pivotal moment in their relationship where it just grew even stronger.
Hmm.
Had to come together for Tiffany.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was like postpartum, family, and breakups and all that stuff like that. So I'm like, those are really things. I do remember the postpartum. I remember when she had a baby. I was trying to remember before, but I was like, what? She kind of just like goes off
Kind
from
of just there.
yeah, she's kind of just there. But then I'm like, there could be friends that are there. Like, there's probably people like that. Like, the friend is just there. That person, like, they're just there. Like, I don't know if they add anything. I don't want to say they don't take away anything, but it's just like some people are like just there. So that's kind of what I thought about when I'm saying it out loud. Um, yeah. Do y'all feel like there was one way, or there was like one pivotal, um, I would say, scene or episode that made y'all feel seen on TV?
Mm.
mm, a
I
moment.
won't think maybe something was misrepresented. Misrepresented. It could be either one.
Um, with Kelly again. Um, Kelly perpetuated the age old trope of how people view plus size bodies,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and she also was somebody who kind of was acting like I want love and I'm gonna take whatever I can get at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was always somebody new, somebody random. It's always okay. So there's this guy we met at Roscoe's when I was playing footsie with him, and it's like, girl, stand up,
Girl, stand up.
do better. Like you can go about a one night stand a totally different way than what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can pimp these men with a much better system than what you're doing right now. It's giving desperation.
Okay.
And the guys that she dealt with always looked like they just was looking for a quickie
Mm-hmm.
and ran off. And so when she did get this man that she eventually married, that's
Mm-hmm.
when it's like, okay, now we need to examine him. Do he like her for real?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot also in her relationship, she would seem to be the one to like the guy more than the guy liked her.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be so there's this guy, and then next episode, it ain't no guy no more.
Well, child, that's modern dating.
You know? But they just it just kind of created this light that Kelly was acting out of a deeper
Desperation.
rooted issue.
Yeah, I feel like we never really got to like the root of it of her.
Right, because they just skipped all through. If we would have got that season 6, I
Yeah.
believe we would have had more of a lens into Kelly's life and into how she operates.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like it was rushed.
We were robbed for sure.
Yes, Kiwan, I was saying, what did you was there one way you felt seen on this show, or do you feel like there was something that like you feel like misrepresented us? I don't know if you heard it, but
I did. I'm sorry, I had a phone call.
no,
I think the whole broken cooch
well,
concept.
maybe it's really it. Maybe
I mean, the rap was great. It was great. It was funny, okay? But that's not that's not who we are. I'm not understanding why we're represented like that based on not being able to have a man. So our body parts are broken because a man ain't coming along. This is usually when our body parts are broken when they do come along. Because they carry stuff from their body parts, then injected it in our body parts. Okay. I just feel like the way that they were moving when it came to men was very shaky. And I know, again, that's dating. That's how some people
There was
think.
pick-me's.
Hmm.
They were pick-me's. And then there was no pick.
Especially Molly. Molly was the number one pick me. Anytime you get mad because your roomie slash coworker, she was engaged to by the black guy. Like
Mhm.
you really felt the weight about this woman being engaged to, and especially, that he's being black. I mean, with him being a black guy, let her have him. Like she just got so desperate, and I felt like Molly moved in desperation in all of her relationships. That's why she got mad at Issa for coming up with the broken,
He
doing
was
a
so mad.
broken,
Mm.
because that's how she felt. But it's like, ma'am, you're just moving in a pick me
Mhm.
sort of way. And Issa just kind of went along with it.
Well, I think being desperate and then being pick-me, I think those are two different things. But maybe you can be both. Maybe you can be desperate and be a pick me. But I don't think just because you're well, I don't think
He
just
was,
because you're a pick me, you're desperate. But maybe if you're desperate, you're a pick me.
yeah, because with Drove, she was absolutely a pick me. You knew he was married, and then you got mad at him. And then the nicest person you had was, what's his name? Asian Babe. But
Mm-hmm.
you, again, you dogged him out.
Yeah.
She did move out of some sort of relationship survival. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
she really was like all her life's dream. She was the lawyer, and instead of just enjoying her life and what came with it and experiencing people, she was in a rush to be somebody's wife. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like what else, Molly? Like what else is to you? Yes, you are an attorney, you are an amazing attorney, and you've done amazing in your career, but
Mhm.
who are you? Even if you didn't have anybody. And then when she found out that her mom and dad had her dad cheated on her mom well before she was probably even thought of. She took that to extreme heart, as if people don't go through stuff. Like I just feel like Molly for me was, and then following Issa because Issa was a pick me. Come on, neighbor babe. Issa, I mean,
Yeah.
Issa was a pick me. I think when she was selecting men, she was just, what do they call it? It's a word I don't want to use. It was like she just wasn't thinking.
Mm. Pick
Like
me.
she
But
just was, okay, he cool. Let me just do this.
mm-hmm.
Let me do that. And then when Nathan came, the way Nathan slung her by her scalp all over Los Angeles. Yeah, no, no. And then she settled with Lawrence.
Yeah, definitely settling. But that honestly, like that's what I'm like. That's why I think we have to have these conversations because on so many shows it's like representing what we see, but it's kind of like what we live too. Women are settling, women are pick me's. I
Mhm.
think that when you're talking about Molly about her parents, like because you have this idea of love and relationships, and you're like, oh, this happened. So then she's probably like, well, any man's gonna cheat on me, or like all men cheat, or something like that. So she's just desperate because she sees that they have love. And so she's like, oh, well, I need to find my husband. I need to be in love too. So I feel like it kind of just goes, kind of just like cycles down through us.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
so,
true.
yeah, that's why I think it's kind of important to see, okay, well, this is what they did. I wouldn't move this way. I wouldn't move that way. Or what ways could we move better? But then we see,
Mm-hmm.
child, that baby, when you watch Love is Blind, when you watch these love shows, it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
it's all over. It's literally rinse and repeat. So it's kind of like, well, no,
Terrible.
if you do, dang if you don't.
Yep.
Um, I think one way to like I feel like being seen, one way like I feel like the show is being seen is that like although they have like dating issues and problems, yes, we do see that. But that's in everyday life. I think that Stanford is a really good college, right? So it's showing
Mm-hmm.
black educated women working, doing the dang thing, no matter if they can't find a good man child, but that's the trope too. Black women educated can't find no man. But also to show that like we can be really good like friends. We are educated, we work hard, like we try to put all of our all into things. I think that is
Mm-hmm.
really that was like really a great like way to showcase that. So shout out to her for that. Um I would say maybe something. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe misrepresented us. I'm trying to think if I could think of something off of my like really quick that misrepresented us.
The whole "we got y'all" situation.
Man. Because
Poor representation, but
we would never put nothing like that in the hands of the less melanated.
Yeah, and then he says, "Listen,
now
man, week."
I will say sometimes we with DEI we are picked due to
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm,
so low key that was a little DEI situation. That's
Mm-hmm.
why she got hired. But being so passive in a space like that and
Mm-hmm.
people who are really waiting for you to fail. And that's what it was. You
Mm-hmm.
asked me for ideas, you asked me the most racist things, and you talk about me behind my back as I'm walking in the kitchen,
mm,
and you're all in my face, and it's just like, can you say something? Like tell them they could go kick rocks and quit. Go work at Best Buy with Lawrence, girl, or Walgreens, or wherever they were working.
or
Oh, that's
go have somebody else. Go got some. Go
Yes.
get some.
get
Be
somebody else to do
we got y'all and somebody else's.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the way that they misrepresented us could even be in relationships too, because it's like, why couldn't we have one healthy couple? I mean, I guess that was the Tiffany and the guy, but maybe we kind of see them, we didn't really see them. But like, why did we have to have Issa with? I don't even want to call Lawrence a bum, but like, why? I think
Mm-hmm.
how we were talking about growth, like there are men that are out here that don't like to grow, like Kat was saying, like they're stagnant. Why couldn't we see men that actually weren't as stagnant? Like, why did they have to I guess misrepresent that in relationships, like showing people that are growing together? Why couldn't they have like Lawrence, like, get his stuff together? Or why couldn't they have Issa, like, be up at the top or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because that could kind of be a misrepresentation of like, well, women find bums and just become stagnant, and then they don't know nothing, or they don't really like navigate their relationships good, like just kind of that stereotype of like not having good relationships. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that kind of is like a misrepresentation, not all the way, but it could have been like represented a little bit better.
But it was the darker guys that were more in a bummy character. The
Hmm.
lighter guys, remember even a disrespectful cousin, Lawrence,
Hmm.
Yep,
disrespectful cousin,
yep.
they all had some type of thing going for them. Like Nathan was a barber. However, Nathan struggled with mental health. And you have Lawrence. He just got complacent. But Tiffany's husband, and the cousin, they had things going on.
Hmm.
And then you have the women where you have Tiffany who act like everything was so polished in her life. The
Hmm.
the the she was it was almost like she was the lighter person that had her life was polished, which I always felt like it was BS. And the way they had her real snooty, but you have the darker women going through
Hmm.
relationships. You have Kelly trying to be loved. You have Molly trying to be loved. And you have Issa that's just all over the place.
Hmm.
Like, and I just didn't.
That's a layer of colorism. I'm glad that you brought that up. But I watched this video.
Oh,
I forgot his name, but he was talking about the men on there. He was saying that he liked how all the men weren't the same, that she gave, like, they gave layers and stuff like that. I didn't even think about the colorism part that you're saying now. But he was saying that a lot of the men, they had different things going on, and they had like, I don't know if he said good jobs, but he was saying that they had layer, like, oh, he showed men. I mean, they said that Issa Rae did a good job of showing like a a spectrum of men, not all the same type of men. He didn't
yeah.
really come in and talk about the women. But to your point about the colorism, I don't even know if that kind of came into it. But now that you're saying
Mhm.
it, now it's just like, oh, the light skin, she was an AKA, so she was bougie, and yeah, she got the nice house, she has this, but then the dark skinned girl
They
barely.
going through it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Barely can, I don't want to say keep a man, but got a man that's not working. And it's just like that's what I'm saying. Like she's like helping him get on his feet. Like, no, we don't want to do that. So yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's actually a good point. Like the colorism layered in the show too as well.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I love that because we could talk. I could talk about colorism all night. We won't do that tonight, but I like that. That you added that because that is something to think about when we think about these shows and what's going on and how they portray us. That's media, and that's kind of what we see and how we do it. So it's like, I mean, in a fake world, if Issa D could do it, I could do it too, right? No, girl, no, ma'am, you need to
Mhm.
not do that. So yes. So I have a couple more things before we wrap it up because I don't want to take all your time. And you could do either one how you do it. You could say maybe who your favorite character was or like what you loved about the show. Either one, if y'all had.
Mhm.
Um, my favorite character. I actually I still like them individually.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I just think that their less than shining moments were just so magnified and zeroed in on.
Mhm.
But it was also easy to kind of like look at them as they were my friends. So
Oh, okay.
it
Mm-hmm.
was easy to emote, and it was easy to be like, "Girl, are you crazy? What are you doing?" Um,
That's true.
and I mean the chokehold that Insecure had on me, like I was one of them people on Twitter that was begging for longer episodes. I was the one that was on there like, either you're gonna have to give me a longer season or you're gonna have to give me a longer episode. But at some point, you're gonna have to stop cliffhanging me the way that you are on this here Sunday evening.
Mhm.
Um, so I think I did like all of them
Mm-hmm.
individually, but one thing that I did like is that they were always in some form of a luxury space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did not have anything mediocre, and even their mediocre was eating tacos at the house, but like their house is a space that is curated for
Mhm.
them, by them. um Molly's house was indicative that of a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was indicative of, I deserve everything that I want,
Mhm.
to get it.
Mhm.
um Tiffany, I think with Tiffany, her house showed her as an individual and her and Derek as a couple.
Mhm.
Because you could tell that her husband wanted, this is what he wanted. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have a family. He wanted to be hosting and entertaining friends.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be the man,
Mhm.
or just he wanted to be that guy that brought everybody together, and he was with the one woman who could help with bringing everybody together. Um, but whenever they went to a party, it was never like, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray finna be down to the Stan's Donuts
Mhm.
outside, we parking lot pimping, pull up. Like, it was never anything like that. When if it was a let's go to dinner, there was always a restaurant with some class. It was always some
Mm-hmm.
where if you asked how much it cost, then you knew that you couldn't afford it. Um,
That's so weak.
and like they were on top of their upper echelonery. Like they
Mm-hmm.
knew names of brands, and they knew
Mhm.
all the rich stuff.
Mhm.
And that is one thing that I do like when we see these TV shows that highlight black women as the main characters. Because in Living Single, even though they were in a regular brownstone, they all worked a real job, and they all had high expectations of themselves. They carried themselves in a way that showed that I can provide what I require. You see the
Mm-hmm.
same in Girlfriends, where they're all career women, and even um, with Maya and Lynn, not necessarily being career women, we see them change and we see them grow, and uh kind of own that about themselves. And and with Insecure is not any different. um the Dunes, I think the Dunes is a good representation of like this might be where you start, but it's not where you're gonna end.
Yeah, I love that. Hmm.
And we see the evolution of Issa. I feel like Issa ended up moving somewhere else outside of the Dunes, and of course, eventually she gets a house while when she marries that boy. But
Not that boy.
but like you see how everything, you see how every round goes higher
Hmm. Hmm.
when it comes to them, and that's one thing that I appreciate the most throughout this series is that we see that there is some upward moving
Hmm.
in this.
Moving on up to the east side. Okay.
Absolutely. There you might take two steps back just to
Uh-huh.
make one step forward, but it's that one step forward that helps define that next step that you take.
Yeah.
So thank you, Issa, and thank you, Prentice.
I'm cracking up. Before the next person go, I was like, do y'all think like are y'all tired of the lawyer trope? I just want to know. Are y'all tired of black women being lawyers? Like Max, Joan
No,
was
I would like to see more of them actually, but I want to
oh
see
really?
I want to see the Annalise Keating and the Olivia Pope in them.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I like seeing them in their badassery.
I guess I'm just tired of I think I'm just tired of lawyers. Like I'm just like there's other jobs that black women do. Like
Yeah,
that's
but
my thing.
it's just it's something about a black woman in the legal system. You got a
But
black woman
then
that's
sisters,
running
sisters
things.
have Andy, but they could do the legal system, but their life be treacherous.
Not that
Yeah.
I could do away with a little bit because Annalise could have had a black husband. Sam could have been black.
That's true.
Also, Fitz could have been black too.
And yeah, I'm just like I'm tired. Like I just feel like it's a trope now. Like oh, black women are lawyers. Like what else? What else? What else? But I just wanted to ask that real quick.
That's where that inclusion thing gets a little too far, or
Yeah.
like where it becomes hard to gauge because
Mhm.
now you're just including anything and anybody,
Mhm.
and it's not necessarily contributing to the development of the character or the development of the show. It just is what it is.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Pastor preach.
Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Yes. Anybody else? Who's your favorite character, or what did you love about the show?
I can go.
Okay.
I think for me, what I really love about the show is the relatability. I think we kind of started that off in the beginning, and I feel that, each one of us as Black women can relate to something in that TV show, and it's just so needed. And even for me, even when I think about like, if there's a little bit of like disbalance in my life, I'm like, let me watch some Insecure because I know that's going to be a good comfort show that is going to light me up. It's like you're going to cry, you're going to laugh, you're going to cuss people out on that show, but it's always going to just be the best comfort show that you needed. And it's so needed. I have to say, season 5, I know it was rushed. And just like you, Shani, I wanted more episodes. You got 30 minutes. No, that 30 minutes is not enough. And I think season 5 for me was the realest because it's so close to what we're dealing with. I live here in Oakland, and that Oakland episode speaks so deeply to me when they went from Stanford coming out here, getting some food. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so relatable. You get to Oakland and a homegirl steals your shoes. um, uh,
Hi, baby.
but season 5 was relatable. And then also with you saying, Shania, about like the luxury, the girls were stepping with the fashion. Season 5 was
You
on
should do
top.
that on your pod on your
I know, I
TV.
really should. I remember watching this one episode when Nathan and Issa were like walking, and she was wearing, I don't know if it was a Telfar 2-piece tracksuit. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know if it was Telfar. I don't remember, but it was like a really amazing 2-piece set that I had to Google. And I was like, look at how far Issa has come.
Was it like a greenish something that she was wearing? Either green or blue?
Yes.
And he had like a burgundy something or other?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, look at where you have come, Issa.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe the budget increased. Okay.
Exactly.
You
Get
got
that,
it.
get
But
that whole box office money.
yeah. But yeah, that would be it for me.
Okay, Kiwan, what about you?
I don't know. I just thought it was good. Like I didn't have nothing specific. I thought it was funny. I was I just enjoyed it because I feel like we laughed a lot, and to be able to see the girlfriends hang out until they couldn't hang out, and then that's when that the dynamic shift because things changed in their lives. Lives, they started having families and marriages, and it was hard for them to see each other, but I enjoyed seeing them hang out. I i will say this: I was not mad at the Molly and Issa fallout. At some point people grow apart, and I feel like Molly, for some reason, thought she was bigger than the program. I also felt like she was jealous somewhat of Issa as she was growing because she was so used to her friend being in the background while she takes center stage. Like
Mhm.
she was Effie until Dina came and Dina had to take her on stage. And so Dina started taking her place. Effie got mad. Okay, heavy. So that's how I felt like it was a friendship that needed to happen, but they
Mhm.
needed time and they needed space, and they needed to come back to each other because they were really true friends. But Molly needed a way because she just felt like she was bigger than the program.
Yeah. I'm cracking up. Well, that's good. Speaking to the luxury part, like them going to Coachella, I'm like, what? That was so dope. Like the
Yeah.
traveling was so dope. I think my favorite parts though was like Issa rapping. Like if anybody knows, like I love music and I like to just like bust out with songs and stuff like that. So I think I really like when Issa would like do the raps in the mirror and something like that. I'm like, I'm like, that's kind of low key me. Like, I'm always like freestyling and doing stuff. Like, so I really enjoyed that. I thought that was fun. I also really enjoyed that they talked about like self-care, and like rest. Like there was like a Sunday, like they had a ritual thing. And it was just like, okay, like slow down, like rest, self-care Sunday, we're gonna take care of ourselves. I like that they did support each other with like kind of what they were doing in the different spaces and different things like that. I don't necessarily know if I have a favorite character. When I feel like I watched it different times. Like I didn't watch it when it first came out. I really didn't understand the show when it first came out. I'm being honest, like the first season, I was kind of confused. I was like, "What's going on, baby? She cheated on her man. The man ain't got no job." I was like, "Baby, what?" I'm watching, but then over like the seasons, because like it came out when I was in college, so honestly,
Mhm.
I wasn't even really focused because I was in college, so I wasn't watching too much TV. So I had to like go back and watch it over again. And so now seeing that, because in college, so now seeing like her work and Molly going there, like it's more relatable as you're seeing it, like as you're going through it. So I think that was kind of like, oh, an eye opener. Like, okay, these are things that you see, or things that you do, or like kind of what it looks like. But I feel like sometimes it's like a false hope because you're like, oh, you hope you have a best friend, or like you hope your girls get together. But it's like
Mhm.
realistically, that was cool because all her friends was in LA. And that's where the show was based at. But think about it, like as in this, like we just said, like before, we've never met each other, right? But like we like social media friends, but it's like sometimes your friends, they do move away, they do go here. So it's kind of like, where are those like realistic things there? So I feel like that it was kind of hard because like all my friends, we live in all different places. So we kind of like got a plan to stay together. I mean, plan to like, I guess, see each other. So it's kind of a different experience. And so that's why I always think like I think about living single. I'm like, well, they gave me false hope. Girlfriends low-key gave me false hope too, because we're not in college, we're not in the same city. So I'm just like, I feel like they're good shows to look and be like, oh, if my friends lived here, like, oh, this is the stuff that we could be doing together. So it's kind of like a sad and like it's kind of like a grief thing, like, oh, we're not together no more. But it's like, okay, like maybe one day this can happen. Maybe if we move and like the same area or something like that.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's kind of like a, I don't know, what does it say, like a double edged sword or something like that? I think that's the saying.
Well, one last thing that I do want to say is that one thing that or one lesson that sticks out to me about this show too is that if your friendship is real, it will show.
Mhm.
And I'm reminded of the example that I have in my life with my mom and
Mhm.
her best friend.
Mhm.
And they have been best friends now for at least 50 years.
Okay.
And like they don't see much of each other physically, but
Mhm.
every week there's a Zoom call.
Hmm.
That's intentional. Now people don't even like to FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the
You
point of
know, they send each other gifts, and one thing that I saw, they sent each other Christmas gifts, and
oh
they did
cute.
not open their gifts until they were all on that planned Zoom call.
I love
Oh
that.
wow.
And like
Too cute.
the three of them, they each have grown children.
Mhm.
One of them even has a grandchild.
Mhm.
Well, he about grown too. But like of course there have been many disagreements amongst one another. I don't think that they've ever been so upset as to not speak to each other for a while.
Hmm.
But even if they did, again, the friendship is real.
Mhm.
And so the work you put into a friendship
Mhm.
also speaks a lot of volumes.
Mhm.
And the the effort that you put into a friendship will show.
Mhm.
And so I want for the viewers to bear that in mind, because these days people have so many different views on friendship. It's ridiculous. They treat friendships romantically these days.
Oh, you think so?
You know, if you could go 24 hours without talking to me, then clearly we ain't real friends. God forbid I got something going on with me.
I don't know. I'm not saying 24 hours, but I don't feel like friends treat their friendships like romantic. I think people treat friends like they're disposable.
Hmm.
Mm,
Even in relationships, I feel like it's a disposable thing with social media. Like I could just get a new friend tomorrow. I don't feel like people put in that effort within friendship. Me personally, I think that with social media, if people feel like people are so disposable or like it's a culture, like friendship is not important, I'll just sit at home and like I'll just be on social media. I'll just scroll social media. Like I feel like people feel like they don't have to be social or to like show up for their friends or to talk to their friends. I'm not saying like every 24 hours, but
Yeah.
just in general, I'm just saying like I don't feel like people with the shows that we see, I don't feel like in real life people are showing up as friends. Like I don't feel like people take friendship as important as it's shown on TV. That's just my personal opinion. And I
Yeah.
think that because of social media, they're like, no new friends, or they're like, I don't need to talk to you. Like, I like to be home in my space. I don't like to go out. This girl just talked about on Threads right before we got on here how she met two new people. She went to go to brunch with them. Brunch was at 2 o'clock. She got there at 2:05. One girl didn't get there till 2:30. Another girl didn't get there till 2:48. So it's
Yikes.
like people don't be showing up on time. You be trying to plan things, brunch. People be
Mm.
late. People, I mean, they don't call back or text back. I don't want to say like that, but like people be like, "Oh, don't FaceTime me." I be like, "Well, dang, like how am I supposed to talk to you?"
Low maintenance.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, low maintenance friendship. So I'm like, people are like they want to do so low maintenance. They don't even put effort in. But people aren't putting. And this is whatever. But people are really don't put effort. I mean, in their careers, low key, because we're just like whatever. But people put effort into romantic relationships kind of, and they focus on that so much that friendships very much lack. And like if people are on this low effort, I don't do anything, I'm not high maintenance, I'm not this. So that's just my personal opinion, but that goes to the generation thing of what you were saying about your parent, like your mom and her friends. That was times when people were going, like people will knock on doors. My parents would be like, we don't know who's gonna pop up. Like people will pop up on my parents all the time. This generation is like, don't pop up on me, don't knock on my door, don't even call me when you're here, just send me a text. I'm like, well dang.
yeah, people will walk up to the house and text, "I'm outside,"
Take your
as if the
phone.
doorbell ain't right there.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
I'm gonna know that you're outside when you ring my doorbell.
Yeah, well, they'll just say text, so I don't know. But
But
that
I want to encourage people, get y'all some friends who are actual friends. So get y'all some friends. Let's
Yeah.
start there. Because the way that people brag about not having no friends, it's sad. If you are an adult and you don't have friends, I see that as a red flag because
Mm-hmm.
somebody would be the problem.
Mhm.
You mean to tell me everybody don't like you,
You are the
are you
problem.
not
or
putting
you don't like everybody?
yeah.
You are the problem.
Yeah.
Secondarily, get you a friend where y'all can be in each other's presence and don't gotta say a word.
Right.
Yeah.
It
But
was
yeah, yeah, you have to go.
yes, I have to go, y'all. It was so nice to meet y'all. Sorry, I just haven't got everything done tonight. So, oh,
Thank
I
you
will.
for coming though. I know I just asked you. I appreciate
That's
it.
okay.
Um
Yeah, I'm glad.
yes, thank you so much. We are gonna wrap it up. I was gonna say the last thing I was gonna say is, do y'all have any rituals or lessons you use in your everyday life from Insecure? Like I was saying, like the self-care Sunday or something like that.
Mhm.
Do y'all have anything or not really? If you
Um,
don't,
my so what I do for Sundays, I always try to make sure that like I'm able to get like a soul food meal that just feels
Oh,
like the vibes that I need to have. I also kind of I like to watch shows like Golden Girls or like just older comfort shows just to make me feel good. I also I do check-ins with my people. Um Sundays just are a reset
mm-hmm.
for me. But when it comes down to my friends, we plan things accordingly. Even if it's just for every birthday, it is what it is. But if nothing else, I'm going to communicate. Hey, this is happening. Even if you can't show up, I'm still informing you so that you are a part of my life. Um, I got a friend now who is pregnant, and I probably haven't seen her in about a year, but that's my A1 day one. And
Mm-hmm.
soon as she tell me when that baby shower is, TT showing up.
Mm-hmm. Period.
So it's just um I just make sure that one, I take care of me, and that I make sure that everyone around me has been taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But also it kind of in a way is helping me take care of myself when I know that my people are okay.
Yes, I love that. And
So
you've seen that with your friendship, your mom. So I feel like that's kind of just like
Mhm.
passed down. Kat, what about you? Do you have any rituals or
Yeah, so I'm usually the person who's like, I'm going to party, do things on the weekend because I give so much of my time to work and I truly don't have a work and life balance. But I made a friendship with this one girl, I want to say some months back. And we've decided that on Thursdays is going to be our nights to go out to kind of give us a break from everything. So we've just committed to ourselves like, hey, Thursday, we are going to go out, whether that is going to like a happy hour, whether that's going to like a little mixing night, or just doing karaoke. And I love that because it just gives me a break from everything, even if I'm feeling exhausted, just to speak to someone and be with someone else outside of work that has nothing to do with work.
mm-hmm.
It's a really good way to just decompress.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really happy that I'm happy that I'm slowly finding my friend group here, and I'm happy that I'm establishing some routine and rituals because it's so needed.
Yes, I love that. Rituals. This girl was talking about on Thursdays. It was on Instagram. She talked about how she goes to get like sushi every Thursday or something like that. So I love that we're incorporating things and it's really cool. I used to do self-care Sundays kind of I just call it self-care Sundays, but I like to sleep in Saturdays, you know. I like to sleep in to get the extra sleep because Monday through Friday, child, you got to get up early. So I'd be like, my self-care, I sleep in on the weekends. I don't have no ritual right now. I'm still kind of trying to figure out a ritual, but like I know like now that I don't work on weekends, I'm trying to have more of it. I did kind of start to think like free will Friday. So it's just like on Fridays, I use my free will. Like On Friday, I went to go see SmackDown. I went to go see WWE SmackDown. Another
Okay.
Friday, I went to visit my friend actually in Nashville. Next week, I'm going to another city. So I think with me, I'm being intentional on like, okay, I got my weekends back. I'm going to travel. I'm going to do road trip shop because baby, these flights and this, I don't got time for all that flying and what's going on. So I'm gonna just drive to my places. So I really am kind of maybe like I'm creating a like a free will Friday, I would say, like ritual kind of. So whatever I want to do, I'm gonna have some free will. I'm gonna find some friends. We're gonna go out, or I'll just go and do my thing. Or even like trying to watch some comfort shows. Like I said, I'm trying to finish a different world, okay, but like trying to watch girlfriends, like I'm trying to like watch some comfort shows that make me laugh and just like kind of forget about life, work and stuff like that, because it's very hard navigating and trying to find friends. I really haven't been successful with it in the city that I'm in. So like I'm just like, yeah, okay, let me just try to switch over something else because it's not working for me. So I think that is something that I'm working on, like Free Will Fridays. I talk about it kind of all the time. I talk about my salon episodes. Y'all can check those out too. But yeah, so I think that's kind of a ritual that I'm trying to do. They do self-care Sundays, but I'm like Free Will Fridays, I feel like. No kids, and if you ain't married, I ain't gonna say if you have no man, but if you have no kids, use your free will. I be like, use your free will while you can. So
If you want to start discussing a different world, you
yeah,
go ahead and you let me know what's up.
yeah,
But
yes, I gotta finish a different world because hopefully in August, my friend was like, maybe I should talk about a different world because it's higher education and it's coming back. I know it's a reboot. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm gonna try to finish a different world so that I can talk about it in August. Okay, so I will, come back for that one. Um, Speaking of first Sundays, I hope y'all enjoy this first Sunday in April. I think I'm talking about Queen Sugar.
mm,
Yeah, did y'all watch that show?
I watched a couple of episodes, but if you need me to watch it in full, I will.
Well, I don't even know where it's at now on
Same.
Amazon. Have you watched Queen Sugar?
I have, yeah.
I
I
that's
don't
one.
know. I don't know. Not enough to talk about it, but I definitely watch it because it's like it's one of those shows where like I was just jumping from one, and I take like space
Oh,
in between. I have to take time and
I
then come
watched
back
all.
to it.
That's the show that I watched all the seasons,
Wow.
all the episodes. I was locked in. I don't know if it was because of Kofi, Ralph
It
Angel.
probably was because
I'm sure.
Yeah, he was good, but no, I really like female-led shows, and it was really, although Ralph Angel looked nice, it was definitely like female-led too, like Nova. Like it was very female-led, and so I
She
thought,
like a cartel or something, right?
huh?
Queen Sugar, ain't she like the cartel?
I mean, I don't know. It was just
Oh
a
no, it's Sugar Cane, right?
yeah, Sugar Cane. Yes, yes.
No, I'm getting that other show mixed up.
Oh, a different show. Yeah, I
The
think I know what
Weeds,
you're talking about.
or it's that other one that I
oh,
can't think
we.
of. See the
Yeah,
Weeds,
I was like,
yeah, 'cause Narcos is Pablo Escobar. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Sugar
that's what
Cane.
I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yes, no, you're fine. I'm thinking about doing that one, or I might do Harlem. I don't know. But if y'all have any suggestions on what I should talk about first Sundays, but I like Queen Sugar because I want to talk about generational and like women and stuff like that. So I try to do a show that is heavily women, of course, and then just to talk about different things that we can relate to. So I hope you all enjoyed this first Sunday. If you like, comment, answer the questions, and then we'll see you next time. I'd like to thank my panel for coming and joining me on this lovely first Sunday of Women's History Month, her History Month, whatever you want to say it. If you want to plug your socials or whatever, you could say it, and then we can just kind of wrap it up.
You can find me on Instagram at Damn Girl You Know Everybody.
That's so fun.
And you can also find me on TikTok at Tiny Bigs, 2 Y's, 2 G's. Um, yeah, I recently just did a podcast called The Cinematic Soul, and
Mhm.
we talked about Dream Girls.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's been a thing. Oh my God, Miss Jackson! Oh my God, that is my coworker, and
Oh,
I want to shout out her because
hey,
she
Miss Jackson.
a positive push in getting me into podcasting and actually like
Oh,
Wow.
living out my actual passion. So like Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that
Hey, Miss Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
but she's a
Speaking of,
sweetheart.
oh, that's so cool. I love that. And I am listening to your thing. I'm listening to the episode because I actually want to talk about Dreamgirls on here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It. You got it. Yes, I want to talk about Dreamgirls. So I was like, I know you watch the movie, so I might have to bring you back. Hey, ladies, I'm thinking about talking about the movie, but I'm thinking about talking about chasing dreams. I don't know if I want to do the chasing dreams or the colorism conversation. I have to think about that offline, but that's what I'm debating on. But yeah, so hey, thank you for joining. And yes, go follow her, check that out. Cat J, do you have anything you want them to subscribe to?
Yeah, sure. You
I call you Cat.
Yeah, I go by Cat J. I don't know.
I don't know why I said that. I guess just because I know it.
But yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's gonna be Diaspora Chic. And then on TikTok, it's the same thing. It's just diaspora_chic. But on there, I talk about everything fashion. Like I said earlier, I do have a shopping addiction. But I feel like clothes is the best way to like just express yourself and who you are. And so that's what I love about it. And that's what I fall in love with fashion. And so what I do mostly now is a segment of sharing with people different emerging brands in fashion, because I think we're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. You can go to places and everybody's dressed the same. No, we need some expression. So I'm going to show you different brands that are still up and coming that you can support. We need to support small businesses, and if they're Black, support them even more. Because
yes,
we're rooting for everybody Black.
Black.
Having your own identity, everything the same. Shein, whatever. We don't want to see that. And if you are here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Check out all the content we do first Sundays every month. So we have 3 of those, okay? And we'll be continuing doing those. But Black Girls Den is a podcast where media meets womanhood. We highlight different people to share their voices. Every Wednesday, I upload a podcast episode on YouTube. Audio is 5 a.m. if you are up, so we can either do audio or you can do YouTube where you can watch it as well. But I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see y'all next first Sunday. Bye.